Hello and welcome to my channel. Today's video is going to be a 24-hour readathon. This is my second 24-hour readathon. I will link the first one above and below in case you're interested and you want to see my first attempt, which was kind of a fail. I didn't really know what to expect going into it, and so you know what, I did my best. I think I read like 600 pages or something, and I read like 3 or 4 books. I can't remember exactly, but I learned a lot from that, and I am planning on doing another one. So some of the things that I learned from my first attempt at a 24-hour readathon was the books that I picked were too strict, I guess. I don't know, I had like 4 books and I wanted to read those 4 books. And there were times that I did get tired of them, and one of the books was a little heavy, and it was just hard to stay into the reading mood when I wasn't feeling the book. So this time I have books to choose from, and I do not expect to get through all of these books at all, but I like having the option because I'm kind of a mood reader, but it really depends. Like sometimes I'm in the mood to read literally anything and I can just pick up a book and read it, and other times I'm like, I can't, I need a romance, or I need a really easy YA, or like a graphic novel, you know what I mean? Also, this time I got a lot of snacks because last time I didn't get snacks and I didn't really have motivation. I'm also doing this time frame a little bit different. So last time I did like 8 a.m. to 8 a.m. I think. Like as soon as I woke up, I started reading. I started my readathon, and I thought that that was going to be a good idea so that I would get the majority of my reading in before midnight when I would expected to get tired. And I did, but I ended up falling asleep around like 2, maybe 2:30, and then I woke up around like 6, and then I only had 2 more hours for the readathon, and I felt cheated a little bit. Like I wanted more time in my readathon. So this time I'm doing it from noon to noon. I don't want to explain too much because these videos get to be pretty lengthy, so I'm going to get into my tentative TBR. I have books that I definitely want to read, and then books that are kind of like, maybe I'll read them, maybe I won't. So starting with the definites, I definitely want to read this book, which is a Twilight Part 2 graphic novel. It is a graphic novel. I read Part 1 a couple weeks ago, and this is just going to be a very easy read. So these graphic novels, there are 2 of them, and they cover the whole first Twilight book. So this is going to be the second half of the Twilight book. Another definite is Get a Life, Chloe Brown by Talia Hibbert. I rented this from the library, and so this is a definite. Like I gotta read this before next week because that's when I have to return it. Also, this is just like a cute little romance, and I've heard a lot of good things about it, and I'm always in a romance mood. The next and final definite is Life as We Knew It by Beth Pfeffer. This is missing the dust jacket because I got it used, and this is a YA sci-fi about basically post-apocalyptic after a meteor hits the moon and pushes it close to the earth. And I read this in middle school and I really enjoyed it, and a reread is a definite, especially because recently we've been having a lot of moon type occurrences. Recently there was a blood moon, which I slept through. I wanted to watch it, but then I was just like, you know what, I'm tired, whatever. So there's a blood moon like last week, maybe 2 weeks ago at this point, and next week there's going to be an annual solar eclipse. The moon is going to be going in front of the sun, and I think they're calling it a ring of fire because we'll see a ring of the sun around the moon at like 5:30 in the morning. But where I am located in America, I might not actually be able to see it fully as a ring of fire. I'm just really feeling this book because, you know, all the moon stuff going on. So now for some maybes. So those are my expectations. It is currently like 11:45, so I'm gonna find some kind of like background sounds on YouTube and put that up, and get my fan going because it's already hot in here. Just kind of set myself up for success. The first book I'm starting with is Get a Life, Chloe Brown. Okay, so it's about 2:30 and I am 100 pages into Get a Life, Chloe Brown. Going a little bit slower than I expected to, but it's okay because I'm really enjoying this book. Like, the writing is so good and it's different and refreshing, and it's like creative and artistic, and it's the writing style itself is so different from like any other romance novel I've read, and it's really great and I'm really enjoying it. I wish that this was my book and not a library book, because there's so many instances that I'd be highlighting and, you know, putting little tabs in. Like, I would love to annotate this book, but I can't because it's a library book. I did write down a couple quotes though. Like, one is from page 18. Chloe enjoyed being irritated. Grumpiness was high in her list of hobbies, and like, same, highly relatable. And then this one is about Red. He was a puppy and someone loving his art was a killer scratch behind his ears. I don't know, like, I'm really, really loving the writing style. It's amazing. I really love Chloe and Red as characters. Like, individually, they're interesting characters. I care about them so much, and like, their interactions together are everything. Like, I'm loving this book so much. Like, right now we're at a 5-star read, and for romances that's very unusual for me. Romances tend to be stupid. I don't know, like, I love romances for the silliness, but this book is so good. It's got such good relationships and interactions and characters, and I'm loving it. Yeah, so I'm so happy. Like, we didn't get very far into this readathon, but I'm so happy that I started with this one. Going at this speed though, I don't think I'm gonna get to as many books as I originally thought I was going to. Also, it's wicked hot now, so little weather update. But since it's 2:30 and I haven't eaten lunch yet, I'm going to eat some lunch and keep reading. I don't think I'm gonna do another update unless I finish the book or move on to a different book or decide to go outside. I think I'm gonna eat lunch, read maybe 100 more pages, maybe 50 more pages, and then I'm going to switch to Carry On and go for a walk. Yeah, I'm having a great time so far. All right, it's about 4:30, 4.5 hours into the readathon. Not feeling as happy and as excited as I was at the beginning of this because it is so hot in here. Oh my god, it's 90 degrees today with humidity of like 1,000, and the air conditioner in my apartment is broken, and the apartment people are refusing to fix it for whatever reason. I'm not happy. Anyways, so back to reading. I'm on page 168 of Get a Life, Chloe Brown. I'm like, I don't know, like halfway through. I'm still loving it. I'm still 5-star vibes. There's nothing I have to complain about this. It's getting a little bored of lying in bed reading. So I went for a walk and I was listening to Carry On. I'm on chapter 9 out of like, I think 87. I think there's 87 chapters, so I didn't make it very far, but it was like, I think I listened to an hour and a half. I'm listening on 1.4 speed, so it is going a little bit faster than how much I actually, like, how much time and real time I spent on it. I don't know. And then I took a shower because it's so unbelievably hot in here, and got some ice cold water. Like, needed. I want a popsicle. Oh boy. Okay, so I'm just gonna keep. Oh, my thoughts on Carry On. So I'm on chapter 9. It's kind of fun. I'm not loving it right now. The first 2 chapters were very much telling me what the world is, and I felt like information overload was happening. So I didn't really love it, and I kind of felt like I didn't have enough time to go into the world. Like I would have rather had a slower enter into this world instead of just like, this is the world, this is what it is. The characters are fun. I'm definitely seeing how this is a Harry Potter spoof, so it's interesting. I'm not like compelled to get back into it. That's why I'm going to go back to Chloe Brown right now. Also, I changed into a halter top because I mean, I was already wearing a tank top, but because I took a shower, I wasn't gonna wear the same clothes. But it's still the same day. In my last readathon, I changed my clothes like 3 times, and I never actually explained that it was still the same day. But I don't know, does anybody else do that? Just change their clothes like 6 times? All right, back to Chloe Brown. Alright, so it's a little bit after 8, it's like 8:15 or something, and we're getting to the point of night where the lighting is going to be horrible. And I'm sorry about that, but I'm working with what I have. So anyways, I finished this book. First book done. It's an easy little graphic novel, but I was getting a little bit of reader fatigue, and so I'm on page 177 of Get a Life Chloe Brown. I think I read like 10 pages since the last time I updated, but my fiance got home and we went to go get Dunkin' Donuts, and then I came back and I was like not really in the mood to keep reading it, and I wanted to switch it up to kind of keep things fresh and fun. So I read this, and honestly, I really liked it. I think that this is a great adaptation of Twilight. It's like quick and to the point. Like if you want the story of Twilight without having to read a whole like, was it like 400 pages is the first book? Like this is a good quick way to get the story. And look at this. Like most of the book is in black and white, and then they use colors like this, and I think that it's just beautiful. So 1 book down, half a book done. It's 8:30. I'm gonna eat dinner. I got wings and I'm excited. I'm gonna keep going with Get a Life Chloe Brown. I'm gonna try to finish this before midnight and then switch to Life as We Knew It at midnight. Yeah, I'm reading a little bit slower than I thought I was going to for this readathon, but I'm not too mad about it because I'm really enjoying the books that I'm reading, and I'm just having a good time, and that's really the whole point of a readathon. I will update you when I finish Get a Life Chloe Brown, or when the next update seems necessary. Good morning. It's a little bit after 8:30. I slept longer than I thought I was going to. Honestly, that's gonna be like the title of this, like things did not go how I expected. Anyways, so like I was saying yesterday, it is wicked hot and my air conditioner is broken and it's currently not being fixed. So last night it was very hard to sleep. That on top of reading all day long, I was just mentally exhausted. And so I got more sleep than I was expecting to, but was it quality sleep? No. But again, I'm not mad about it because there's no rules to this 24-hour readathon. Maybe I'll add a couple more hours to the end just so that I can read some more, I don't know. But yeah, I just picked up Get a Life Chloe Brown because this is I must finish this. Okay, so new goals for this is I want to finish this book, and I'm gonna get about halfway through Life as We Knew It. New goals, new expectations. It's fine. We're having a good time. Okay, so it is 1 p.m. and the 24-hour readathon is officially over. I finished 2 books, and I read part of 2 other books. First, I want to talk about this book. I just finished this book, and it was so good. 5 stars, definitely 5 stars. This book is written so well. I wish that I bought this book and didn't rent it from the library, because there were so many instances that I wanted to flag, and I ended up filling up my my quote section in my reading journal with just quotes from this book. And my quotes page is essentially a get a life Chloe Brown page. The relationships, relationships plural, between Chloe and Red, and Chloe and her sisters, and Chloe and her grandma, and Red and his mom are just so good. Everything about them is good. There's not a single thing from this book I didn't like. Well, the way that Talia Hibbert handles things like, I'm not sure how to word it. So the way she handles anxiety and the way she handles physical illness / disability is done so well. She handles these topics with so much respect and knowledge, and it's just like, I think that it's done very well, like especially anxiety. So this might be a little bit spoilery, but Red has anxiety, and she doesn't just come out and say he has anxiety. Like, we see it, we feel it. There's a moment where he's feeling anxiety so intense and so much that I felt it in my stomach. It made Red such a real character to me. Like, that whole scene was just so good and done so well. I feel like I'm being repetitive, but I love this book so much. The characters are amazing. The writing is amazing. Also, I really love that her characters are flawed, and I really love that they're not perfect. They're humans, they're real. It was a masterpiece. I want to read the rest of the series. I thought it was just amazing. So in this time, I didn't read any more of Life as We Knew It. I'm still on page 27. I didn't get through as much reading as I wanted to, but I'm like totally fine with that, because I had just had such a great time doing it. I read a new favorite, and it was just a great day. I was doing exactly what I wanted to be doing. Last time I did this, I kind of talked about some stats, but I don't think it's really important this time, because I'm not doing this as in a competition with myself. Like last time, I was trying to set standards for a competition, and I didn't want to do that this time. I just wanted to enjoy 24 hours of reading, and that's exactly what I did. That's gonna be it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you're feeling it, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.